Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Global Career Forum, the international online recruiting event organized for the MBA students from top business schools. We welcome you to today's online session with Nokia, and we have the pleasure to welcome for this live session our keynote speaker, Terry Stelkup, who is the Head of Talent Acquisition of Americas. And as this is a live Q&A session, I do invite all participants to ask your questions in the Q&A panel on the top right side, and we'll convey them to the speaker. Terry, a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. It's very exciting to come before you today, and was certainly thankful for the invitation and look forward to getting a chance to connect with all of you.
Excellent. So perhaps to kick off this session, you have initial presentation for the attendees, if you would like to go ahead.
I do. Great. So thank you very much. I know that we're going to probably try to keep this presentation to about 10 to 12 minutes, and so I'm going to go through it pretty quickly, and then certainly can take questions at the end. So our company today, we create the technology that connects the world. A lot of people think of Nokia as the phone company, and some of you may remember or have seen people in your family that previously had Nokia phones. So, you know, we quit doing some of that technology years ago. We do have a third party that's working with us on phones today, but we do a whole lot more than that. So we're going to move forward and kind of go through some of the things that we do today. So today we offer network computer and storage, Internet of Things, augmented intelligence, human and machine interaction, social and trust economics, and digitalization and ecosystems. So, you know, these are some of the trends and things that are changing the world today and connecting the world. You know, our network computer and storage, broadband everywhere, you know, as distributed cloud, basically near infinite storage, and a supercomputer in everyone's pocket is really increasing and becoming a reality. Internet of Things, more than 1 trillion connected sensors will drive huge benefit for both individuals and businesses. You know, augmented intelligence, AI, new tools will assist us in decision-making, and task automation will allow us to get, you know, certainly more efficient. Human and machine interaction, virtual and augmented reality, new interfaces based on voice and gestures, implantable chips and smart things of many kinds, such as clothing, with reshaping how we interact with machines just as touchscreen did in the past. Social and trust economics, the sharing economy, think Uber and Airbnb, will continue to expand, and even the nature of money will be disrupted by digital currencies, making trust and security essential. Digitalization, businesses will continue to digitalize their operations whenever possible. This will expand into the worlds of consumer and biology with the radical new technologies such as 3D printing of organs for transplants. So I'll just go through some of the next things. Our strategy, rebalancing for growth, lead, expand, build, and create, obviously to create operational excellence and make sure we can support our consumers. We create the technology that connects the world, and we continue to say that, and how we say that is, you know, we put people in charge of their experiences and their choices and their lives in a lot of different ways. Robots collaborating with humans, public safety drones that save lives, smart homes that help seniors remain independent and safe, smarter, more sustainable cities and utilities, self-driving cars, remote surgery. These are just a few of the many ways that Nokia touches people's lives and connects society. So how are we positioned to lead? So we will go through those examples as well. So the disciplined execution for successful integration and transformation. These are some of the transformations that have gone on throughout the years. So Nokia acquired mobile solutions and wireless networks, launched networks and transformation plans. We sold devices and services, created Nokia technologies, and then we sold some of those technologies back in the day, and we certainly sold off our phones at one point in time as well. Acquired Alcatel-Lucent, We acquired GainSpeed, we acquired Deepfield, acquired CompTel, created Nokia Shanghai Bell, acquired Unium, and more recently acquired Spacetime. So we grow organically, but we also grow through merger and acquisition to try to make sure that we are successful in bringing together all the tools and resources that we can actually offer to our customers. And truly today, when we work with our customers, we're one of the few providers that can actually provide an end-to-end solution. So today we operate at the convergence of technologies, networks including cloud, cognitive technologies, technologies and services, diversified customers and industries. You know, Nokia operates at the intersection of networks. We're supporting cloud, supporting software-defined networking and network function virtualization technologies. We're at the crossroads of intelligent analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, all critical to the programmable world today. We are at the convergence of infrastructure, devices, and new business models as we grow the IoT world. We are blurring the lines between mobile, fixed, and hybrid network technologies and provide the services to optimally manage and exploit them. We are the intersection of traditional service providers, technology-led enterprises, web-scale players, and public sector and consumer markets. So I'll go through this a little bit more. Unrivaled track record of innovation. People don't really know some of the things that we've done. We have 1,300 plus patents. Our Bell Labs, which does a lot of R&D, they have 9 Nobel Prizes, and we have some other prizes and Grammys and Emmys and things as well. So we're really all about innovation. So, you know, Nobel Prizes in physics, you know, awarded to Nokia Bell Labs researcher Arthur Ashkin, you know, so we have a lot of different things that we can create in our labs to really provide solutions to our customers. A position of strength in networks, software, and services. So we were number 2 in 4G, number 1 in copper access, number 2 in edge routing, number 3 in services, number 2 in telecom software. Making an impact from smart networks to smart devices, intelligent software, the Internet of Things, ultra broadband, IP interconnectivity, and cloud. We're shaping the future with our customers, you know, all the communication service providers, the enterprises and public sector. You know, we work with utility companies, we work with governments. You know, obviously a lot of people think of us as telecom, and we do work with the telecom providers, but we do so much more today than people maybe be aware of. So, you know, we work with governments and utilities and all different kinds of things to really help people more efficiently use technology to better manage the services they provide for more efficiencies. What does it take to create the technology to connect the world? Well, it really takes top talent, and that's where we reach out to and love to work with the universities and certainly love to tap into talent like the MBA talent that we're talking to today. You know, we have 37,000 R&D professionals. You know, it really takes making sure we always have top talent and that we're always on the forefront of top technology. You know, we have a comprehensive portfolio and expertise. We have a mobile networks division, fixed networks, IP optical, Nokia Enterprise, our global services, Nokia software, Nokia technologies, and then of course Nokia Bell Labs, which is our R&D. And so we're worldwide. We're a global company. Nokia is a Finnish company, so our headquarters is in Finland, but we have, you know, we're spread out across the world with hubs in North America, Europe, Asia, and we operate in over 100 countries, something like 190 actually countries. Our global leadership team, you know, we have people from all around the world. We're a diverse company. We have people from all over the world, and we have great opportunities within our company. So, you know, this is some of the information about our profitability, both in networks and networks technology. Creating the technology to connect the world, you keep hearing us say that, in responsible ways. Everything that we do is to improve people's lives with technology, protect the environment, conduct our business with the highest of integrity, and respect our own people. Really give people opportunity inside of our company to really grow and build their careers and build their expertise. Integrity is the foundation of our business, and it has been for more than 150 years. We were very excited in 2018 to actually receive an award about the world's most ethical companies, you know, to make that list. It's very prestigious to be a part of that, and we really appreciate that acknowledgement. And then we also have places that people can see more about us on our corporate website, certainly in our investor section as well. And so I really just quickly went through our Nokia presentation, but just want to emphasize that the good things about Nokia is we do end-to-end technology. We really can help our customers with the end-to-end solution. And how that works is because we do want to reach out and get the best talent that's in the market. And we certainly like to get the talent that's in our universities that are coming out with the latest and greatest technology and fresh views and viewpoints on how they see the world. That's really important to us.
Excellent, Terry. Many thanks for this impressive presentation. And as mentioned at the beginning, we're now opening this session to the Q&A, and we already have some questions in the pipeline. The first question is, what proportion of what Nokia offers today are products and hardware versus software and services? And how do you see that split evolve over time? Does it potentially impact how you price what you sell?
Great question. And so today we still do products and services, hardware, software. So when you say what's the mix, so we probably, you know, our Nokia software area is just recently expanded and certainly doing a lot more services and things today with software and solutions. So I would say that, you know, certainly our history has been products, hardware products and things. So our more recent expansions are really in the software and some of the other areas. So I would still say that, you know, we have that foundational, the foundational aspects of what we've done with hardware and products. That's still probably a huge percentage of what we do, but we certainly, I would say that the software side and some of the other sides are growing. Our services to those in the community have really expanded probably about 30% in the last couple of years just with Nokia software.
Excellent, thank you. If you look today at the company, where do you tend to have MBA profiles, in what positions, what departments?
Well, and that's a great question because I know they asked us for some of our positions to be able to post them, but actually all our positions would, you know, a lot of our positions, certainly in technologies and our technologies and our software and some of our emerging technologies, we're always seeking people that have advanced education. And so what you'll see a lot on our jobs is that it may be preferred instead of required, but we open it up to more potential that way. So a lot of our jobs will have like an MBA preferred. We do have some PhD positions and things that are for our R&D area, but most of our other areas, you know, they certainly look for, you know, people with either a master's or an MBA. So you'll see that on most of our job descriptions.
Thank you. Next question coming from the audience is, who would you consider to be your best competitor in the software services area?
So in the software services. So, you know, I'd say it kind of depends also on region, but I would say that, you know, we have competitors. Well, and so this is an interesting question, too, because you have people who are just software competitors, and then you have companies that we compete against, like the Cisco's, Junipers, Ericssons, and things of the world that more and more also are doing software. So, but then you have some people who are, you know, just specifically doing software. So was your question just specifically about software?
Yes.
Okay. those competitors, and those would probably be more by region, but we certainly, and I just went blank there for a minute. So when you think of some of our software competitors, I would say that they are, and I just went blank. I'm so sorry. Give me just a second. Let's go to the next question. I'm sorry. Let me think about that. I just went blank for some reason. Weird.
That's okay. Next question coming in from Adil from Carnegie Mellon. He's asking, where does the biggest potential for small cell networks lie, in your opinion, in the emerging markets due to growth opportunities or in the developed markets due to infrastructure availability?
Great question. So one of the things is that, we've had a lot of changes and things with all this. So, the North America market is certainly a good market. We look at China as a good market. When you looked at, and for instance, as you look at the rollouts of some of the small cells and some of the technology and where it's being rolled out and, who's going to market first, certainly China is a huge market and some of the technology was being rolled out there first. North America has been a huge market. Part of that's been driven by our customers and their eagerness to get things rolled out. You certainly see it in some other areas as well, but I would say that China certainly has been on the forefront of some things as well as North America.
Thank you very much. If you look at people at Nokia, on average, how long do people stay in the same position? How do you, within Nokia, promote career evolution and change?
So at Nokia, it's very interesting. We have a lot of long-tenured employees, but we also have people that, depending on the technologies and different kinds of things, we have people that come, stay for a while, and then go. So we have a mix, but we certainly have a foundation of really long-term tenured employees. And we have a really great culture in Nokia in that when people come to Nokia, if they really do want to stay and learn about all different areas of Nokia, that they can actually build their career here and do that. So I'll give you an example. The gentleman, Issa Eid, who is our head of HR for Middle East and Africa, he started with us as a co-op in the North America area, actually in Plano, Texas, and he worked in some of the different technology areas. He moved around to a lot of different business groups so that he got a good foundation on different types of positions with the business groups. He started out as an intern, did a co-op, got hired as a new grad, worked in all different facets of positions throughout some of the different business groups, and then eventually expressed his interest in HR and is now head of HR for Middle East and Africa, but certainly didn't go through your traditional HR route. So he started as a student and then did different types of roles in some of our technology areas, and then expressed an interest then in HR later on in his career. So people really have migrated and moved all over. The gentleman, for example, who just recently took head of our country HR for the Latin America area, Cleary Inhauser, as an example, he started his career and built his career through the sales organization and then moved into strategy and then expressed an interest in being in HR and is now over HR for Latin America. And certainly, people would say, okay, so he doesn't really have an HR background. He came from out of a sales and strategy, but is very, very great for HR because of his understanding of sales, what we do as a company across all aspects of sales, and then certainly knowing how to put strategy together. That helps the HR organization. So those were just two examples, but we have people who have, for instance, when you look at our corporate leadership, a lot of our corporate leadership have been here a really long time and moved throughout their career to different roles throughout our company. Everything from starting out as an intern and working their way up in a variety of roles and then ending up where they want to be. So you really, at Nokia, that's the really good thing about our company is we have a lot of internal mobility, not only in the different types of positions that you can be in, but people also like to move around in our company. I actually interviewed someone for a position internally today. She started her career in Brazil as an intern, and she wanted to experience not only different positions in our company, but she wanted to experience different cultures. So one of the first jobs after she did her initial internship with us, when she applied for a professional role, she actually applied for a role in Belgium. So she has been working the last few years in Belgium, and she talked to me today about a position in Canada. So she's trying to learn not only about our different cultures and our different opportunities we have in our company, but different cultures in different areas. So there's a lot of global mobility in our company.
Excellent, thank you. You mentioned an example of a colleague who is in HR but had previous background in sales and strategy, and related to this is a question from the audience coming from Anu from Cornell MBA program, saying, is Nokia open to consider applicants with non-technology background, especially for sales, marketing, or strategy roles?
And that really depends on what the need is. So yes, have they hired people that actually don't have that background and trained them? Yes. We have people, an example, we have some people that we typically hire sometimes for account managers that come in and learn the account management, and that from there they learn the technology and information that we're doing in sales, so that maybe they didn't come from a background like that, but they learn it in their account management role and then later go into a sales role. So we definitely have hired people that have gone into sales that didn't have a technology or engineering or other type of background that learned it. And they learned it usually from, typically a lot of times from an account management role, because in that role they get a chance to see all the different types of clients that we have and understand how we present to clients and how we solve how we provide solutions to our clients and solve client problems.
Thank you. And then just regrouping some of the questions that came in terms of visa sponsorship, specifically for the positions in the U.S., are international students eligible to apply?
Yes, they are eligible to apply.
Great, thank you. And then with your experience heading the talent acquisition for Nokia in the Americas, could you share some insight on the evolution of the MBA profiles that you look for today versus 5 years ago? And how do you see the ideal profile 5 years from now? What would make the right person for Nokia in the long term?
Great question. So, you know, as evolution, when you say 5 years ago, then today, and then 5 years in the future, you know, as all of you know, technology changes drastically all the time. So, you know, 4G was just the hottest thing since sliced bread for a long time, you know, and now we're looking at 5G. When you look at 5 years down the road, we'll be long past 5G. 5G will be something that you know, is like 4G is today. It's great that we have it, but you know, it'll be something that we'll be looking at down the road, because the 5G, what 5G brings to us today is, you know, 10 times what 4G can do. So when you look at what we're going to need in an MBA student, you know, obviously we continue to try to hire people who have the greatest and latest, not only information as far as it goes to technologies, but the fresh thinking to be able to think out of the box for our next solutions for our customers and the types of services. And also you look at how our world's changing in regards to AI. And so, you know, continuing to move towards more efficiencies and you know, more meaningful work that people do versus what we can get, certainly take the other tasks that AI can do for us. So we'll be looking for people who are on the cutting edge of technology, really can understand, you know, the landscape that we'll be moving into at that time, because it changes constantly. So that's one of the reasons we really do like to, and I can tell you, for instance, in North America, we currently have 400 hires that we're making for our students, because we're always trying to make sure that we hire students, bring them in. They have such great technology. They've gotten a chance to do some of the latest and greatest and experience and exposure to that, and certainly fresh ideas and viewpoints to add to the experience and things that some of our people have internally, and certainly our Bell Labs folks with R&D really look for that type of student to come in to, and like what we do, for example, with Bell Labs is they bring in students to get a chance to work on projects, because it's amazing some of the projects that we get for our clients. They'll ask us to solve a problem for them, and it'll go to our Bell Labs area for R&D to really look at how they can fix or create a solution for that customer. And working with the students with MBAs and PhDs and different kinds of things are typically what they look for, because of the fact that they do have the latest and greatest and have had a chance usually to put that experience to work in some type of environment.
Excellent, thank you. Another question coming in from Adil from Carnegie. When making growth decisions that you mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, so when making those growth decisions through integration and M&A, how do you at Nokia determine a cultural fit with the business being acquired?
So when we do an M&A, so part of that is, you know, what is their philosophy as a company? What are they trying to achieve for their customers? You know, we certainly always look at integrity of their product, services, and their culture to make sure that it's a fit. And, you know, obviously when Nokia looks at a company, we're also keeping our customer in mind, specifically on, you know, does that company provide and deliver and can enhance the services and solutions that we're providing to them.
Excellent, thank you. Could you also please elaborate a little bit more on the recruiting process for positions at Nokia? How do you assess the fresh ideas in your recruitment process? What can people expect?
Great. So what we try to do is we like to give people in our recruiting process a really good idea of what to expect here at Nokia, you know, to really give them an idea of the types of opportunities that we have, the types of people that they'll work with. We really explain to them what the role is and how important it is to our business and how it fits into the bigger picture. And so when they go through the recruiting process, you know, we even have on our website that you can tap into what we call them ambassadors, but they're people from around our company in different positions. So if someone today, even before they apply to a position but wanted to see more about what it's like to work here at Nokia, they can reach out to any of our ambassadors that are on our website that will talk to them about how they got into their job and how they like Nokia and what the culture's like. And so there's a lot of different ways, even before they apply for a position in recruiting, through our recruiting tools, that they can hear and see about Nokia to see if it's things they're interested in and hear directly from the people doing those jobs today. But in our recruiting process, we certainly work with them to have them understand how their role fits into the bigger picture. We certainly talk to them about the manager that they would work for. You know, certainly during our orientation and things, that we really try to get them more exposure to Nokia overall so that they can see, you know, more about what Nokia has to offer. When they actually are getting hired, they're assigned to a mentor. So besides their hiring manager, we have mentors that they get assigned to help them navigate inside Nokia, get introduced to more things about Nokia. They get a chance to participate in events and different kinds of things throughout our company. and that's part of, and I say a mentor, but it's a buddy. We have a buddy program so that we make sure people we're such a big company, you don't want people to not feel like that they get a chance to get integrated into our company, understand where resources are, things that they can take part in, and really cater to their needs by having someone that can help them navigate through all that and better understand Nokia and get a chance to see our culture and actually participate and engage. So those are some of the things that we do.
You've just mentioned culture. How would you describe basically Nokia's company's culture? What makes it unique?
So what makes it unique is, one, how diverse we are and how open people are at our company to help people. There isn't any time at any point that if you reach out to someone in Nokia and say, I need help with something, whether it's a project, information, or whatever, you just get immediate help and response from everyone. So we've got a very collaborative, very open, very diverse, a very friendly culture. It's one, too, we have a fast pace sometimes in our company on the learning side. We have a very learning-driven organization as well, where you can continue to learn. We have a lot of in-house tools to learn and grow. So it's very collaborative. It's very open, diverse, and a friendly culture. And that's, I think, one of the reasons that people say that once they've gotten here, a lot of people like to stay here and build their career here. And that's why we have so many long-tenured employees, plus just the mobility aspects within our company.
Excellent. So perhaps just before we conclude today's session, I wanted to ask you, what would be your advice for the MBAs who are trying to land the role with Nokia?
I'm sorry, say that again. My phone cut out.
So sorry. So the question basically was, as a last-minute advice before we wrap up today's session, what would be your advice to the MBAs that are trying to land a role today with Nokia?
So I would say that, first of all, looking at the diverse opportunities we have, where is their interest? So I would say that, looking at our website, seeing what the opportunities are, and then they certainly can network with people like myself and any of our ambassadors, because our ambassadors love to help people that are applying for opportunities and give them information and things like that. So we're certainly, you can do a lot of communication with people here at Nokia.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Terry, for taking the time to be with us here today and sharing more about the career opportunities at Nokia. It was a real pleasure to have you here. To the attendees, the recording of the session will be available on the event website within a few hours. Thank you again.
I did have one thing I did not answer. I went blank earlier when they asked me about software. So when we were talking about software clients and things that might be competitors of ours, and I said it was in different regions, I went blank for some reason. But, Amdocs is one, we have a whole lot of others in different regions, but I would say that, you have companies like Amgen, Amdocs, and some others, as well as, our main competitors that we do business across the organizations because of their new software and stuff offerings. So just want to make sure I answered that as well.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you for your time to be with us here today.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's always exciting to talk to great students and people who have pursued their MBAs and things. So very much appreciate the opportunity.
It was our pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.